I'm Katrina.
And I'm Christina. And we're the Gorgeous Geeks. Today we're going to be talking about our rating system of our top 10 favorite comic book movies. We decided to have a point system value and our categories.
Because we all disagreed.
Completely.
Yes.
And our categories were fight scenes, storyline, character representation of the comic book, dialogue, how true it is to the comic book, transition from a book to a movie, the villain development, memorable scenes, character development overall, and our overall enjoyment of the movies. And our number 10 spot is X-Men 2, X-Men United.
You had the scenes where it's like all the emotional scenes when Bobby went to his family's house.
And it did have a good development.
The Mystique was excellent.
Yeah.
The second one. Shoot, just Nightcrawler. You were just waiting for the bamf. You know?
Well, another thing about it though was Lady Deathstrike and how she seemed to have no relation to Wolverine at all.
Yeah, that kind of bugged me.
That was disappointing.
Yeah, because it's such a, if you read the comic books, it's such a rich history there.
Even in the cartoon, I remember when they introduced Lady Deathstrike in the X-Men cartoon, and Wolverine would, after he'd get his butt kicked by her, he'd just fall and go, Unicorn. Unicorn. If he would just walked away, kind of like Yuriko, or just let him came back. That would have been just like the extra spice.
And the number 9 spot is the original Batman,
And Michael Keaton.
And Jack Nicholson.
I really, really loved it.
This town needs an enema!
Yes, Jack Nicholson in the first Batman was absolutely brilliant, and it even opened the door for like the cartoon, like the Mark Hamill Joker. He's funny and he's silly and he's crazy. You almost forget sometimes that he's a villain.
But then he'd do something crazy, you know.
It kind of like to get you off guard. He does something that's funny, like, oh my god!
Love that Joker.
It's awesome. Fans out there are probably going to kill us. At our number 8 spot is Iron Man. One reason that I kind of got a downer was because of the fight scene. Because there was a lacking of one.
One thing somebody made, and I would have liked to have seen this too, is him flying through buildings, like around, like in cities and stuff, like Spider-Man.
I would have liked to see that, but I can understand that.
But I would like to see that. Yeah, but he's testing out his armor. He doesn't want to, crash into a building and kill babies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, protect the babies. But everything else about Iron Man, like, it was funny, and Robert Downey Jr. might get the award for best portrayal of a comic book character. As soon as the movie opened up and you saw the glass of scotch, you didn't even see his face. When you just saw the drink, I just knew that they were going to do this movie right. And
right.
I guess for another drink. Coming in at our number 7 spot is the Incredible Hulk. The story was good.
Edward Norton did a very good job.
Yes, he did.
As Mr. David Bruce Banner.
Because that was some good monster mashing.
You saw some pre-Captain America fighting.
Yes, you did.
And it was absolutely amazing.
And then they took like a scene right out of the comic book from the Ultimate, when he like fell from the airplane.
And at number 6 we have Batman Begins.
Dun, dun.
Even the psychology behind it. You probably felt like this was my fault because of a fear that I had that I did not overcome.
And how did he resolve it? He became that fear. And that was great retelling of the Frank Miller, Dark Knight novels.
Personal favorite.
300. 300.
Yes. That was just like a testosterone, head-bashing, violent movie!
You can't argue with the dialogue, but the whole story was basically the one soldier telling a speech to the army and the congressmen and stuff.
Yeah, like to try to get them roused up to fight. At the end, it was just like, somebody hand me a sword! I want to fight!
Right, and if a movie can get you emotionally, it's a really good movie.
Although my mommy made me close my eyes 2 times, but
Okay, moving on to number 4, we have X-Men.
I don't know if I agree with this one. I was happy with
No. Listen. Okay, I watched it recently. Don't know, how does that mean? X1 was so good. Think about all the character development, yeah, they changed some stuff a little bit. It wasn't like the original X-Men, and it was Wolverine's movie because it's Wolverine's World Marvel. Anyway, think about how it started off with Magneto at that concentration camp and just set up this thing about, like, people who don't read X-Men, who are, like, big literary nuts that I know, because all my friends are kind of geeks, too. Like, they talk about Magneto and just the whole thing of, he himself, like, he's a Jew and he hates Hitler for what he did, about the Holocaust and all that.
And he's so afraid of what happened to him and his people, that, you know, of what happened to the Jews, of happening again with the mutants, that he wants to kill all the humans, and not knowing that he himself is actually becoming
like a Hitler.
Like a Hitler. And that in itself, the psychology of that, the irony of it, is just amazing. Okay, number 3 spot goes to the very first Spider-Man.
Shazam! Go!
Fly!
Go!
One of the best scenes was when he caught Mary Jane
In the cafeteria.
That was awesome.
But you know, the thing that bugged me about that scene was when he punched Flash. That just goes to show, I don't know what kind of school Peter Parker was going to. Because had that been my high school, it'd be like, that's my dog.
Ice Cube. Yeah.
That's my dog.
Yeah, and, you know, somebody would have been a Chris Tucker. But Mr. Defoe did a very good job. It's Norman Osborn. Mm-hmm. And the whole development.
And Jameson was also.
Oh my goodness, JJ! I didn't know who were they going to get to play JJ. That was awesome. Yeah. That he became JJ. I kind of didn't like how Mary Jane wasn't more confident in herself.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah. Mary Jane in the comic books reeks confidence. She reeks it. I mean, she gives Peter confidence.
Spot number 2 goes to Spider-Man 2.
I do not agree with this either. I thought the fight scenes were better in 2.
Because the first one, he kind of got his butt whooped. Kind of a little bit, a lot. But,
a little bit, a lot. The emotional aspect of him trying to get Mary Jane saying that ridiculous poem, and she's just looking at him like, whatever that means.
Punch me.
I plead. You know, it's just, you know, ridiculous.
It's so Peter Parker.
The conflict between him and Harry was just really
well, not just the conflict between him and Harry, but the conflict of the whole movie, like showing the superhero that have to deal with crap for having a secret identity, and
because with great power
comes great responsibility.
Bet you never heard that before, have you?
I'm pretty sure that fans of the universe will probably agree with our number 1 choice. And even based on the point system, Dark Knight got number 1.
Yes, it did.
Totally disagree with this one.
Oh my god!
That movie was.
It was.
I didn't
amazingness.
want. I am a huge
awesome sauce.
I was
all over.
Oh, it was
Joker should have died.
For the Dark Knight was based off of The Killing Joke, which is a very dark book.
Okay, the problem that I had with Dark Knight was the fact that it wasn't as much character development as far as the villain, as far as the Joker working his way up.
You know what? I felt like I could have gone home and write an essay about it, because there was just so many great elements to storytelling within the movie, from Joker's social experiment.
The bad guy should die. The good guy should get the girl and the money.
Stubborn. You know, the Joker.
You're being
was
very
amazing.
biased.
It had a lot of great scenes. The story.
All
is
critics
what
are biased.
absolutely made it the movie. But we did a point system.
Right.
So we wouldn't be biased. We're better than critics. We're good critics.
Alright, fans out there. If you enjoyed our podcast and you want us to do another one, what we want you to do, we want you to help us decide what is the best memorable scene in a comic book movie. And so what we want you to do is put your opinion and your favorite memorable scene, leave it on our comments, and we will discuss it next time. And that's going to be all for the Gorgeous Geeks.
I'm Gina.
I'm Katrina.
And I'm Christina.